guys, it's Maria Rothenberger here from drmariarothenberger.com, and it looks like I'm at a mountain, but I am actually in my home on my bedroom floor recording this. I'll just show you. Here you go. I have a green screen behind me, so we can be anywhere we want to today. Here we go, San Francisco or outer space. Woohoo! But I kind of like this mountaintop because today what we're talking about in terms of compassion practice is relaxation. And this is a very relaxing place, don't you think? So this is week 12 of the compassion series that I'm doing for 2020. And the reason why I'm on my bedroom floor is because this is April of 2020. And that means coronavirus. And I am quarantining in my home, doing work from home. Glad to do that. Now, this series started back in January. This is the 12th week, but I skipped some weeks because coronavirus. So week 12 right now. And this book is green. So it's going to be like the green screen. Oh, here we go. Kind of showing up for you. It's called A Year of Living with More Compassion. And again, this is week 12. The quote is by Kalu Rinpoche, who is or was a Buddhist Lama and one of the first Buddhists to teach in the West. This quote says, "We can never understand the nature of the mind through intense effort, but only by relaxing. Just as breaking a wild horse requires that one approach it gently and treat it kindly, rather than running after it and trying to use force." Now, I prefer that the wild horses run free, but the analogy makes sense, right? All right. The compassion practice for this week, you know, a lot of people feel like, just to speak to that quote, a lot of people feel like getting things requires this forceful effort. And I even talk about this, I talk about this a lot actually within the fertility world, is that especially with fertility, we think that there's this end goal of a baby, and so we follow step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, voila, baby and parenthood. And that's not how fertility works. Fertility is the complete opposite. It's about relaxing into and cultivating ease and cultivating peace. Being compassionate towards oneself and others is the exact same thing. No grabbing. It's more like allowing, receiving. So it's quite a different vibe. So there's a practice for this week. It's 3 parts. The book itself has quite a lot of writings on it. So the 3 parts are spelled out in a lot of detail. But I'll just go over them shortly, or in a abbreviated way for you right now. There are 3 parts. The first part is called shaking it loose, and that means getting your body in a loose way, as in whatever fashion that means for you. That could be like dancing. That could be, I like to call this jellyfish, like moving like a jellyfish. Dancing is more graceful than that. What can you do? I'm not a dancer. So get your body loose as you can. Part 2, taking your seat. Now, when he says taking your seat, it's prepping for meditation, really. It's prepping for a contemplative practice, an awareness practice. And I think this is really useful to do when you're just relaxing. What do we do when we're relaxing? Not many people stand. A lot of people will sit or lay down, right? So he's talking about taking your seat. Now, within the context of meditation, a lot of people, this is a really good analogy too, a lot of people think you have to be sitting up straight, back completely straight, you know, like this super erect spine. No, it doesn't have to be that way. Yes, you want to have a fairly straight back, but nothing in nature is super straight, right? Which is one of the things that he says here. Except so those trees behind me are pretty straight. But even minor curves, just like our back has some minor curves, right? Here's how I like to think about it. You want to sit as if there is a string coming out of the top of your head, pulling you up, and you're just dangling from it. Kind of like that jellyfish. You're just dangling from it. Ooh, if the string were to move, you would move too. And what happens is your chin goes down a little bit, your head goes up, your back is erect, but it's a relaxed erect. So you're straight, relaxed. It's a really great posture to have when you're chilling. I did that on the front lawn yesterday. It was really nice, beautiful outside. Okay, number 3, settling the breath. So what do we do when we are going about our everyday, not even noticing we're breathing? We tend to breathe really shallowly up here, not panting, but we breathe very shallowly. Settling the breath means getting the breath down to the belly, in and out from the belly. You'll notice right away that it starts slowing down. And actually, if you can even envision like a light coming in and moving the breath down to your belly and circling back up to your nose or mouth where you're breathing in and out of, and back down to your belly and back up. That's a really great way to envision your breath not staying up here, but settling down into your belly, settling down into your belly. Now, just relaxing by itself offers some self-compassion, because we tend to be, if you're like me, you'll notice this a lot. In fact, I got some sore shoulders right now. Things are a little bit stressful right now. So you'll notice a lot of tensing up in your body. Some people feel tensing in their chest or their stomach. Some people get tension headaches, right, from like all the tension in the shoulders and the neck. I once had somebody tell me that she felt her anxiety from her knees to her toes. I thought that was really interesting. And yet it's her subjective point of view. That is what matters. What matters is where you notice your stress the most. And what happens when you chill and you relax and you settle the breath and you sit like there's a string coming out of the top of your head and you've got a jellyfish body, you are offering yourself some relief, some pause, some compassion. Something as simple as sitting is so profound. I hope you're able to give yourself that gift at least once before our next meeting in this compassion series, and you'll see how much more compassionate you feel towards yourself, and then watch it happen towards other people too. Okay, I'll see you next time.